All right, well, please welcome to the stage another another Tony nominee, Bill Russell. Hi, Bill.
You're looking snazzy, Bill.
Well, they say you can't be overdressed in a tuxedo, but here I feel overdressed just wearing clothes. This is for later because there are parties to go to before we sleep where I will be way underdressed, at least compared with Billy Porter.
So, this is another fun portion of the show where we like to ask your favorite Tony memory of when you were nominated.
Well, when I was nominated, in 1998, Henry Krieger and I received a nomination for the score of Sideshow. And I received a nomination for the best book. And when the nominations were announced, I was in Tacoma, Washington, of all places, because a former professor of mine who became a mentor and a good friend was directing a production of Elegies for Angels, Punks, and Raging Queens, which I wrote with Janet Hood, and he flew me out to see the show and talk to some classes, and I did a presentation at the Tacoma Public Library, and so I was there, and I knew the Tony nominations were happening the next morning at 8:30 in New York, which was 5:30 in Tacoma, Washington. And it was a very competitive year. Lion King, Ragtime, Scarlet Pimpernel, and the revival of Cabaret all were that year. And in all of the preceding awards, the Outer Critics and Drama Desks and all of that, we were pretty much shut out completely, except Alice Ripley got a nomination from the Drama Desk for Best Actor. But the Tonys typically award shows that are running, and Sideshow had closed in January, so we weren't expecting a lot. But, you know, you're always kind of hopeful. So the next morning at 5:45, the phone rings, and it's my husband, Bruce, who's back there. And he had lived through the whole emotional roller coaster ride, which Sideshow was. I mean, going to Broadway, that was so exciting, and then the response was incredible, but then we didn't sell enough tickets, and it closed, and then it was maybe going to reopen, and it was this whole, thing. So he was watching New York 1, and the first category they announced was Best Musical, oddly enough. And when they said Sideshow, he threw up. Which is really indicative of what that whole experience had been like. So he calls me at 5:45, and he's like,
We're good.
Are you sure? Oh, yeah. Okay. What?
That's a great Bruce impression.
And so my friend and I got up and we started drinking champagne, and then we moved to gin when we ran out of that, and I was addressing one of his classes at 10 a.m., which was an interesting experience. And I had been in Tacoma for a week and done these things, and so the next day the Tacoma Herald, or whatever it was called, had this article, and the headline was, Sideshow, 4 Tony nominations, and then in little print underneath it said, Lion King, 12. So at the time, I didn't realize, when a show is nominated for Best Musical or Best Revival, you get a number on the Tony telecast. And I always thought that was paid for by CBS or the American League of Producers, but no, each of those numbers is paid for by the production. And Sideshow had closed and lost $7 million, and so they weren't jumping to put another, $300,000 into doing a big number on the Tonys, and which all the other shows did. And that actually turned out to be a great advantage because Emily and Alice sang "I Will Never Leave You," and it was so intimate, and really they were so amazing, and so that really was a great
story because what happened though?
Well, they came out at Radio City, and Alice sang the wrong lyric. She started the song, and it was like we were sitting in the audience just like. I thought my whole life is over, you know, because she was supposed to sing, "What Have We Done?" To which Emily answers, "Learned the truth." But she skipped several lines and said, I'm scared, Daisy." And Emily brilliantly said, "Well, we learned the truth."
Thank you so